All right, welcome to video number 2 for linear key features. This is going to pick back up now with using key features. So our fourth example says the graph of function g has a y-intercept of -6 and a slope of 3/2. Find the x-intercept. So we need to figure out how to find the x-intercept. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put a point on our y-intercept. So our y-intercept tells us that we are going to cross the y-axis at -6. So we're going to put a point at -6 on the y-axis. And then it tells us our slope is 3/2. Well, 3 is our rise, and because it's positive, that tells us to go up 3. And 2 is our run, and because it's positive, it tells us to go right 2. So from our y-intercept, we're going to count up 3, 1, 2, 3, and right 2, 1, 2. And now we're going to put a point there. And now we're going to continue that pattern, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, all the way through our graph, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, all the way through the graph. And now we're going to connect it with a straight line. So we're going to connect all those points with a straight line all the way through the graph. Okay. And if you notice down here, we've got another point. How do I get to that one? We go left, 1, 2, and down, 1, 2, 3. So the exact opposite of up 3, right 2. To get to our backwards point, we have to go down 3 and left 2. But where does this graph cross the x-axis? So now I'm going to trace the x-axis. Where does the pink line cross it? At 4. So our x-intercept is 4, 0. Okay. Example 5, the graph of function h has an x-intercept of 4 and a slope of -2. Find the y-intercept. So this time it wants us to find the y-intercept, and it gives us the x-intercept. So the x-intercept is at 4, so that means I'm going to put a point at 4 on the x-axis. And our slope is -2. Well, if we wanted to write that as rise over run, we need to make -2 a fraction. So anytime we need to make it a fraction, we put it over 1. And now it's -2 over 1. So our rise is a -2. That tells us to go down 2. And our run is a +1, which tells us to go right 1. So from our point, we're going to go down 2, 1, 2, right 1. And we're going to keep that pattern all the way through the graph. Okay. Now, that doesn't get us to our y-axis. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact opposite of down 2, right 1. So instead, we're going to go up 2 and left 1. So let's see what happens when we do that. If we go up 2, 1, 2, and left 1, does that keep us in this straight line? Yes. So we can keep going up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, all the way through our graph and end up still with this straight line. Where does this straight line cross the y-axis? At 0, 8. Good. So for this one, it says the graph of function f has an x-intercept of 4, so that means I'm going to put a point at 4 on the x-axis, and a y-intercept of 8, so I'm going to put a point on 8 on the y-axis, and now we want to find the slope of this line. And remember to extend it all the way through. Okay, So we're going to count our slope. So let's go ahead and count between the 2 points that it gave us. So to get from our y-intercept to our x-intercept, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And because we went down, that's a negative. And then we're going to count over to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And because we went right, that is a positive. So now to get our rise over our run, our rise is -8, and our run was +4. And now to simplify that fraction, we put it in Desmos. -8 divided by 4 gives us -2. Good. Now let's go ahead and look at some word problems. So the table represents Y, the amount of gas left in a tank after driving X hours. What does the 0 of the graph represent? Well, 0 is also known as the x-intercept. Okay, so the x-intercept is when we run out of something. Okay, or we have no height. Something hits the ground. So is it the starting amount? Is that where we start? Is that the time when we had a full tank? It's not where we start, not when we have a full tank. The gallons in the tank after you've finished driving. So if it's an x-intercept, is it going to talk about gallons? No. So it's the time, because x is time, at which you run out of gas. Next up, the graph represents the cost of renting a car. The cost includes both the initial cost of gas and a daily rate. Which key feature best represents the initial cost of the gas? So the initial cost is when we haven't driven the car at all. And where is that located? At the y-intercept. Good. And the last question, Jordan is collecting Pokemon cards for his collection. He has 1 card in his collection currently, but he plans on buying 4 per week for the next 10 weeks. What is the rate of change? So look for our rate of change keywords. Every, per, and each. We do have a per. And what number goes with it? 4. So our rate of change is 4. Good. All right, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, you can go ahead and work on your practice assignment. The practice assignment is titled Key Features of Linear Functions, and it is in Canvas. Please get it completed by October 9th. If you have any questions, you can email me in Canvas inbox, or you can get on Zoom tutoring. I have tutoring every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck on your assignment.